Hey everyone, before we get started, I just want to show you the decks that I was talking about. Because whenever I recorded the previous or that intro, it for some reason it didn't record my screen, and I'm really out of time, and I can't redo it. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you the deck. This is a Dino deck, and this is the trap that I was talking about, the magical arm shield. And then for the Mako deck, 1 second, hopefully it'll open it. Alright, this is the Mako deck, and if you want to go ahead and screen cap it or do whatever it is that you need to do, go ahead and do so. So that way you'll know what I'm talking about throughout the video. I do highly suggest that you listen through it, even though there's no background to it, and it's just the face of the on that screen. As I do, there's a ton of information there, and this is the last deck that I talk about, and I talk about this deck fairly for like 5 to 6 minutes maybe. So that's the deck. Go ahead and screen cap it and enjoy the rest of the video. And I do apologize that it didn't capture that the video or the screen. I'm not entirely sure what happened, but I do highly suggest that you just listen through the whole thing. Just put on headphones or something and just listen to it. And because, like I said, it's extremely informative, and I do highly suggest that you do it before you watch those videos, or before you watch the rest of the demo videos. Everyone, this I'm like 24, and today I'll be sharing to you my Kaiba Corporation Cup deck profile. Now, I haven't done anything Kaiba Corp Cup related because honestly, at the beginning, it was extremely boring, and it was just Rex Raptor and Mako and Rex Raptor and Mako, and in my opinion, that would be kind of a boring video, and I don't want to bore you with the same thing over and over and over and over again. So I did manage to get to around, I think it was like the 5 or 6 star with the Rex Raptor deck. Now, I did start up with the Mako first. So I went through that with the Mako, and most of the time I use the Mako for those lower ranks. So because most people in lower ranks aren't prepared for it, and you can just go through those lower ranks extremely fast with a Mako deck. So those lower ranks, I went with the Mako deck. Once I got up to like 4-ish, I switched over to Rex, and then from 4 up to 5 to like high 5, maybe it's, even part of 6. I don't remember. I was playing the Rex, and I was mostly beating everybody. But once you get to that like 6 and 6.5, those decks, everybody's countering them. So you're not gonna be able to go anywhere higher than that with those decks or with a standard build. However, I'm gonna show you a tech that kind of got me to win those Rex Raptor mirror matches, and the tech is it's actually really good. It's kind of like it acts as a mirror force whenever you activate it. Here, let me show you the deck profile that I've been running. So go ahead and load. So this is the deck that I ended up running, and with this one, I've managed to get to that 7 stage or that 7 stars, and overall the deck is extremely good. But the thing that wins the games is this card, the Magical Arm Shield. So if you're lucky enough to have him, I do suggest that you put him in your deck, and that's the way I was beating the mirror match with Rex Raptor with the Magical Arm Shield. Because if you know if you played with the Rex deck, the Dino deck, and you go second, you're at a huge disadvantage, and most of the time you would lose. However, if you go second and you have a magical arm shield, what that would do is it'll kind of level out the playing field, and most of the time give you a +1, or it'll put you ahead a little bit. So whenever what you want to do with the Rex Raptor deck is you want to have a monster set at the beginning, even though they've already went first and they have a monster already on the field. What you want to do is you want to go ahead and set, and then put your magical arm shield down. Let me open up the Rex Raptor deck so you see what I'm talking about. All right, let's open them. Okay, so this is the deck profile for the Rex that I was using. Now, the Twisters, they're a must. Everybody that you play against, they Twister you automatically out the gate in those higher tiers. So your field spell is really not going to do anything. It's just going to be Twister fodder. So what you want to do is you want to level the playing field. That way you're not attacking against like 19 attack beat sticks. So you want to twister them right back, so it'll just be a plain beatdown deck. And whoever messes up first will eventually lose. So as long as you know how to play the game and you kind of outskill your opponent, you should be fine. So what you want to do is you want to set the ladybug. If you have the ladybug first, and if you don't have the ladybug, that's fine. Just set any of your other monsters, even though they already summoned one monster, right? So they're gonna be thinking they're safe and everything, but you're gonna have an arm shield and maybe something else face down and maybe the Karibo. And when they attack you, arm shield and they'll take care of both of their monsters because most of the dinos are 22 when it's a mirror match or 16 if all the field spells have been taken out. So you activate it and you're back at a playing field. And then what most of the time what I was doing against the Rex Raptors, I was doing that first beginning play. And most of the time I did draw the magical arm shield, and if not, I just stalled out until I pulled it and I was able to set it, and most of the time won. But one of the things that you do need to look out when you do set the ladybug, what they want to do is they want to summon one of these guys. So you gotta try as hard as you can to go ahead and have a career. Well, it's luck, right? It's luck based. So if you do have a Karibo, protect the ladybug from this guy, and then if they attack, they're gonna lose both monsters anyways. So again, in those higher tiers, everybody's prepared for the Rex and everybody's prepared for the Mako. So you're not gonna get that high up in the ladder with those decks unless you're running the tech or something good like the magical arm shield, or or running a different deck that completely counters them. Uh, and that was my answer, the magical arm shields. And after a couple of games and that's six, when we have a six, or uh, I was starting to lose a ton of games. So after that, I switched out and went into Pegasus. Now, what Pegasus allows you to do is you have that ability Mind Scan, so you can see everything that they have in their back row. And most people in those higher ranks, they will set their three cards. Now, there is a new card that came out in the new pack that you might want to get. I think it's like Straight Flush or Royal Flush or something like that, that destroys all of your opponent's monsters. Now, I didn't have it, and I haven't tried to open any packs or anything. But this is the deck that I went to, and with this one, I've been going up in rank slowly but surely. The only thing is, it this deck is it's not slow, but you have to, in those higher tier matches, you have to play slow and you have to play conservative. So most of the gameplay that I have is over like 10 minutes, and it's really long. And a lot of that time is just me thinking of what the next move is gonna be and one of that, and then whether I should do this move or that other move. And you'll see in that video that I do take my time whenever it is my turn, and I don't just actively make any like stupid mistakes and just activate whatever it is that comes out. So I do play a little bit conservative, and I have been playing the game for a while. I did play the game in real life, so I know how to play at a competitive level. So this is the deck that I ended up with. Now I didn't have the Manjus, and I haven't tried to open any of the packs to get Manjus yet. So instead of the Manjus, I'm running the two normal beat sticks, and the deck has been working for me well so far. It hasn't let me down or anything. Again, I think the deck is doing is the ability that Pegasus have of Mind Scan is actually winning me the game, and that ability alone by itself, it's huge. There's really nothing you can compare to that. It's information wins you games, and in that second game that I think that I'll show you here shortly, you'll see that I knew what he had and I knew how to play around it, and I knew what to do before I started attacking or started doing anything. During that game, so I wouldn't lose. So this is the deck profile, and I know a lot of you are saying that the KC Cup is extremely hard and that it's not worth it or anything. It is fun, but if you do play it, there's a higher skill gap there, and you will learn a ton. Even though if you lose or if you just keep losing, I do suggest that you keep playing, as your skill level is gonna increase extremely fast. Because the competition, it is higher, or not entirely higher, but it's the same skill level that you have. So as you go up, you'll start learning more about the game and how to be more, about how to play more conservative and do more conservative plays. And you'll learn how to hold cards and how to play them whenever it is that you need to play them, and when to attack, when not to attack, how to kind of foresee the next step, and make sure that you're not attacking into like blind ladybugs. If you have two level 4 monsters, you know that if they have a set monster, a set back row, you know to just summon one monster. And if you've already summoned one monster before that, you're just gonna attack with that same monster. You're not gonna set anything else, because they're gonna have that Michisuda back there, and maybe you're attacking into a ship. And then if you're attacking to a ship and then Michisuda, you're gonna lose two monsters. And instead of what you want to do is learn to how to like respond in the situation that you are. And if you know that he has two sets, don't summon the other monster. Just summon one monster, attack with that one monster. Maybe destroy their ship. Sure, you're gonna lose your monster, and maybe in the next game and the next turn you're gonna lose some life points. But life points do not matter as long as you have more than one. You have to keep that in mind. So as long as you have more than one life points, you should be good. And with this deck, you have the Windstorm and you have some defense with the Karibo, so you shouldn't have that much trouble. And you do have this those cards to set. So again, that's I think for the Kyber Corp. I mean, you should be good for until I'm guessing like around 8 or maybe even 9 stars with this deck. If you do have the Manjus, if you do have the Manju. So here's I'll leave some demos on here shortly. And if you are enjoying the videos, if you are liking the content that I'm putting out, don't forget to leave that like and leave a comment because they do really help. And if you do want more content, you should always subscribe. So I'll go ahead and leave those demos. And like I said, they are really really long. So well, I'm gonna choose maybe a short, like 2 or 3 minute one, and then I'll do a longer one as to where you kind of can see kind of the moves that I'm making. So go ahead and enjoy. If you have any comments, go ahead and leave them down below.